Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to set up Python on your Mac in 2026. So this will be the latest version on Python. It will cover all the little nuances, setting up your environment. I'll also cover a few little tips and tricks needed towards the end, and this is specific for VSCode. If you want it for a different environment or maybe a different operating system, feel free to let me know. And there's another video coming shortly on the UV package installer as well instead of pip. So first of all, we're going to install something called Homebrew, and that's a package manager that you can use for Mac and Linux, and this allows you to install packages and applications really easily. This is what we'll use to install Python. So by default, you do actually get a version of Python on your Mac. We're not going to rely on that because that could be inconsistent. Depending on what Mac you're using, it could be Python 2 possibly, probably Python 3, but we want the latest and greatest version. So you go to brew.sh and just copy this command. You want to go to your terminal. You can just search for it up here. So search for terminal. We can paste what we just copied, press enter. You'll ask us for our password. Bear in mind, when I start typing, it won't show the password or even asterisk. This is just for security purposes. Then you press enter. You press enter again. Now it's going through the process of installing this. I've already done this. I'm on the latest version. I know that. So it won't take as long for me as it will probably for you guys. So download and installing Homebrew now. And it's almost done. Final thing we'll do for Homebrew is do brew space -- version. Press enter. This will give us our Homebrew version. We're not interested in the version itself. We're interested in that it returns something, because by using this, we know that the brew command works, which we know the Homebrew is installed, and we just do check the version number because that's harmless. Now we want to install Python via Homebrew, and you just type in brew space install space Python, press enter. So go through the process of installing it. I've already got it, so that's fine. If it asks you to accept anything, just do that. Now we're going to do Python 3 -- version. We should get, I think, like 3.1, 4.3, something along those lines. Yep, that is the latest version right there. That has confirmed that Python's working, Homebrew is working. Now what we want to do is make sure Homebrew Python is actually first in your path. And to do that, you type in nano, and you put the little squiggly line, the tilde. For me, it's in the top left above tab if I press shift. But I am using an external keyboard, by the way, /zshrc. This will open this up, and this is what we want. Export. So you may have some text in here, you might not. If you don't, by default, mine was looking like this before setting it up. So I'm just going to put it at the top, press enter. You type in export path equals quotation mark /opt /homebrew /bin $path, all caps for path, and then quotation mark, and we're all good. Now to save this, you press your Alt key and X. No, stop that one. So Control and X, my bad. Control and X, and then you press Y to save it. Press enter to save it, and there we go. So that's all saved. Now what we're going to do is run which Python 3. This is what you want to get, so we know it's linked to the Homebrew version that we've installed, not to a default version or not to a version maybe an application has installed. And we do which pip 3. Again, this is also what you want to see. Now that we've got that, that's all good. We can minimize terminal for a moment. We're going to install Visual Studio Code. So we're going to search for Visual Studio Code. If you already have it downloaded, obviously you can skip this step, and you just want to go to Mac, click download, let it download. Should not take too long. And I'm going to cancel because I've already got it installed. You just open it. It'll just open up a window. Actually, I'll wait for a few seconds, just to make this as, the most comprehensive tutorial out there. And whilst this does that, we are almost halfway through now, so we'll wait a few more seconds. We're almost at the 175 mark. A few more seconds, we'll be at 200. And we'll be done in about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so I'm just going to open that. And you just drag it onto applications. That's what you would do. I've already, got it. It's saying it's an older version, so why not? I'm gonna replace it. Hell yeah, let's do this. So I'm gonna get VSCode updated. And we're a few seconds away from completing this step as well. Okay, that's done. What we can do, a lot of tutorials don't cover this, especially if you're new to a Mac. You'll have this image, which is the file that the .dmg file that we downloaded for VS Code. We don't need it anymore. So we can, I've genuinely seen people's systems, they'll have like 10 different images. And it's because they've got like, images that they've opened for applications, and they didn't know, one, they could remove it, and two, they were allowed to. So you just drag that onto your bin. That'll eject in a moment. That's ejected, and you can go ahead and delete this file as well. Don't need it anymore. We're all done. Now we're going to go ahead and open up VS Code. You can search for it with VSC or VS Code or Visual Studio Code, and just click open. If this appears, go through the steps, and we're going to close this down. And now what we're going to do is press Command Shift P. And in here, we're going to run or search for shell command install code command in path. That's what we want to do. So successfully installed in the path now as well. And to confirm that, if you open up your terminal, type in code dot. If that opens up a instance of it as well, then we know we are all good. We can close that version down. Now what we want to do is install the Python extension in VS Code, and you can go to extensions over here, or you can just press Command Shift X, and this also takes you to extensions. We're going to search for Python, and it's just this one right here. I've already got installed, but there would be, like, if we go here, there'll be like an install button, so you just install that. So once you've done that, you can go and we can actually create a project now. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to create our project. We are going to say in here, you can do in Visual Studio Code in the terminal. Do it directly here. I'll do it directly here. Type in clear, so it's all empty. Type in ls to see where we are. So this just lists all the files and folders. And I'm going to navigate to my desktop. So cd, which is the change directory command. This is case sensitive, by the way. Desktop ls. So we're in the desktop now. I'm going to do mkdir, which is make directory space. And I'm going to put python-project. And if I ls again, as you can see, it appears right here. We're going to navigate to that directory. So cd python dash, and you can press tab and it will autocomplete. For typing ls, nothing appears because there's no files or folders within this project folder. First of all, we're going to create a venv, which is a virtual environment. Always recommend, this is one of the tips in this video. Always recommend that you use a virtual environment for your Python application. What you don't want to be doing is doing it without a virtual environment, because you start installing packages globally. You want to install them within here, and that allows you to freeze the requirements, easily transfer it to another developer or another machine. So we're going to type python 3, which we've already installed, space -m space venv space .venv. If I type in ls now, still nothing, but we need to activate the virtual environment. You do that by doing source.venv/bin/activate, and now it's been activated, and yeah, we should be all good now. And we're gonna actually open this project up in our Visual Studio. Open folder, desktop Python project. There is the .venv file right there. And if I go to terminal now, press new terminal, this is where we can run any terminal commands, and it automatically detects that we have a virtual environment. So you don't need to activate it. It will just automatically activate. Just wait, a couple of seconds for it to do so. Next step, we need to select a Python interpreter in VSCode. To do that, you press Command-Shift-P, type in Python : select interpreter. Just select the latest one, which is what is recommended. Once you've done that, we're all good. And now we need to install some core dev packages. So whilst we're in the venv, we're going to type in pip install -- upgrade pip. Nope. And then we're going to do pip install black flake 8 pytest. So we're done. And now what we're going to do is make sure auto formatting is enabled for our Python file. To do that, you go to Visual Studio Code, settings, and there will be you want to do open settings in JSON. Sometimes it appears just here. For some reason it doesn't, maybe because I'm zoomed in. And within the curly braces, you want to type this in python.formatting.provider black editor.formatOnSave. And actually that one's optional. So if you save it, it will format it. And so just bear that in mind. If you do undo like Command Z, it would have to probably be two sets of Command Z, clicks, because one, you're undoing the formatting, two, you're undoing the last thing that you pressed as well. But this can be useful. And once you've done that, we're all good. Now we can create our test file. We want to do in the root of the project, so click the file right in the actual root of the project here. So main.py. And we're gonna just write some basic code. So we're gonna define a function called hello, and print hello world. I'm happy with that. Then we're gonna say if __ name equals main. This is just telling us the entry point, and we can just do hello. And the indentations are very important in Python if you didn't already know. Save that, and we can run this. So I'm gonna type in clear main.py. No, it's Python main.py. There we go. Save it. There we go. It shows us hello world now. Now what we're going to do is go from a junior level to a pro level with a proper debug setup. So you want to go to run and debug. Actually, we'll search for it. So we'll search for run. No, sorry, we got to do Command-Shift-P. So Command-Shift-P, run and debug. Then it takes us to here. Click create a launch.json file, and here you want to select Python debugger. Then from here you want to select Python file. Yep, that's all. Still trying. I've done it twice. I can undo that. And there we go. So it's creating our launch.json file, which has some. Oh, it's done it twice or 3 times, really. So it gives us like a version, a name. It has some request information. This is extremely useful. So it allows you to configure your environment, your arguments. So if you have any environment variables, this is really useful for that. If you have any arguments, any parameters that you're passing when running the command, right now it's very basic, but you'll probably see online, so like Python main.py, you start passing in parameters, you start passing in environment variables. It just makes it really messy. This helps you avoid that. You can set it all in the launch.json. Also, it makes it very transferable. So I could give you this, the launch.json, that's how you launch it. And again, right now, it'll still work the same way, but it's just a more transferable and professional way of doing things. And that's it. So a few tips: always use the virtual environments. You never want to install packages directly, globally, I should say. And this just makes it specific, for this. You want to make sure you add your venv to .gitignore. So you're probably going to be using some sort of repo management system. So I'm going to create a new file, call it .gitignore. And in here, anything we put will not get committed. So you don't want to put .venv / and there we go. And now what we're going to do is also run a command called pip freeze space greater than space requirements.txt. Takes a few seconds, and there we go. We have our requirements.txt. This, again, we didn't know any of this. Like, obviously we typed in about Flykade, Black, pytest, but most of the other stuff, these have just automatically been installed and configured. Whereas this requirements.txt, this can be given to another developer. They can install it based on these, dependencies. If you need to deploy it as like an AWS Lambda, for example, you'll need a requirements file or something along those lines to tell that system this is what the application requires. So quick recap: we've got the latest Python installed. We've cleaned, environment management using virtual environments. We got VSCode fully configured. We have formatting, linting, and testing is also ready. You are good to go in 2026. If you have any questions, feel free to pop me a message. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button and let me know what other Python videos you would like to see next. Take care. Bye.